The last time I was live on this channel, I asked the question why Sami Zayn's title reign was not going to last that long. And here we are, Tuesday, July 7th, 2026, a day after the July 6th, 2026 edition of Monday Night Raw. An edition of Monday Night Raw we've been talking about for weeks. For weeks, we have known the rumors that CM Punk was going to return in his hometown of Chicago, and boy, did he do that to a huge ovation from the Allstate Arena crowd. But how we thought things were going to pan out, what we thought CM Punk was going to be doing, it wasn't what we saw last night, because Cody Rhodes versus Sami Zayn was on the marquee. And from the first couple of minutes of last night's Monday Night Raw, that got all switched up. And it became clear that Chicago's favorite son, the Second City Saint, was set to return and get an opportunity at Sami Zayn on his 9th day as WWE Champion. He was defending the undisputed crown against the best in the world in his hometown, unprepared. And we all knew what that meant. It's been a good time. Not a long time, Sammy. CM Punk is your new WWE Champion. What does that mean for SmackDown? What does that mean for Monday Night Raw? What does that mean for SummerSlam? We're going to discuss it all and everything that went down on last night's Monday Night Raw. This is Rated Raw Review. Y'all know the deal. Let's hit the intro.
Hello, I'm Willow Nightingale, and though I might generally be regarded as a very bubbly, upbeat person, you're watching True Heel Heat.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom SP3, and we are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube and Twitch for Rated Raw Review, episode 127. You never know when a championship opportunity is just gonna fall out of the sky. The prophetic, the futuristic, the psychedelic prediction has come true. CM Punk is once again the WWE Champion for the first time in 13 years. He won the Undisputed WWE Championship on last night's Monday Night Raw, and we're going to discuss it as only we can. And of course, to do that, I am usually joined by my esteemed colleague. Maybe that is his call outside as there's an alarm going off. But yes, we are here, and I am here right solo once again for the opening of Rated Raw Review, folks, because you know JJ be on CP time. I think I'm a little bit darker than him, but he's still on CP time. But nonetheless, y'all know the deal. It is Tuesday, and we're going to talk some Monday Night Raw, and a very noteworthy Monday Night Raw that it was last night at the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois. So I appreciate y'all if you're joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Either way, show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on the video. That helps us out so much. You can also share this video with all your wrestling family, friends, and fans on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. We always appreciate the new members of the community, so feel free to sound off in the live chat, sound off in the comments down below. If you're watching us on demand, hit the hype button. That helps us out a lot as well. And if you're with us live, we want to make sure you sound off in the live chat because we love to highlight all your comments. So we try our best to highlight as much as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to get back to what we do here, you want to make sure your comment is highlighted on screen, you can send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you always see on screen with us here. So we always appreciate the support. And one of the other people that appreciates the support, as always, is the good brother that's here to support me, my co-host here on Rated Raw Review, hookah enthusiast, candle collector, sneaker collector, and everyone's favorite unfiltered soul on a Tuesday, talking about Monday Night Raw, the one and only Top Guy JJ. Top Guy, how are you feeling?
You know, it's great. I'm glad the heat wave is broken for now.
Yes. Now it's back in the UK.
So hey, somebody's got to fucking deal with it. It was us for about a whole week. Now someone else can feel our pain.
Well, yeah, that's true. I was sweating bullets. I lost weight sweating.
But what a weekend. I guess. I mean, I literally feel I got 3 appearances on this goddamn channel in a week.
I know. I'm very impressed.
I'm like almost full time.
You are full time, sir. You're on one of the more consistent shows on the channel. We have 3 consistent shows, and you're on one of them. So,
well, hey, there's a there. Real ones got to stay alive and keep the people going.
Exactly. But yes, we got already a couple of super chat donations with us. We got Volup, who sends us a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Volup, for all the support. He says, the booking bringing out my annual joke. It's SufferSlam season again. I mean, the WWE.
I gotta show you this because I obviously had a feeling. I was like, it's gonna be a little too low. You gotta, anytime I got anything Mamba inspired on, I always got to show my brother some love. This is from the draft night.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And the cool thing is that the entire jersey portion of it is all stitched. And it's from the draft pack collection, from that thing that I unboxed and showed y'all, the mystery pack, to what I was, trying to get and what I was hoping to get. And, I did that whole unboxing for y'all. And of course,
there we go.
The Laker one.
Very nice.
So,
as well.
Oh, yeah. So I had to do it today. I had to do it for the Mamba. But, honestly, I'm kind of doing a lot more like Kobe rocking lately than MJ, because strictly Kobe's are way more comfortable than Jordans. Like way more comfortable than Jordans. And it's not even close. Like not even close. So yeah, the days of they're still there. Still got mics here. Clearly, I still got mics here. But there's a lot more Kobe's and a lot more Shays and a lot more Jaws and shit that will be more comfortable to wear probably on a go forward for me, because the older you get, the more you start to cherish those little moments, especially walking.
I don't know where this came from.
I don't know where that came from. I mean, but this is why y'all love me. Like, I have no idea where this shit comes from, but it just happens. We'll get to all the shit that took place.
God bless you.
God
bless you. God bless you, JJ.
Bless
we got another super chat donation from Dion. Thank you so much, Dion, for the support. He said, Punk won, and I felt nothing. He was just champion 3 months ago. Sammy, brother, AEW is calling. AEW can't be the salvation for all the WWE people that are not getting pushed or misused or actually take a pay cut. Like, we got I was gonna bring it up, but it's a good segue from this super chat donation.
Thank you so much. Sami Zayn the WWE Championship. That nigga ain't going nowhere.
Sammy ain't going nowhere. That's why I'm not even gonna address that. But I'm talking about AEW can't be the salvation for everybody. But we were talking about a few months ago, it would be a great place for the New Day to run. But it seems like someone else from WWE was asked to take a pay cut on their new deal. So they have decided to leave at the end of their contract, and that is Sheamus. Sheamus has given his notice that he is leaving WWE, which has led a lot of people to believe he is heading to AEW. What did you think about that news of Sheamus leaving, and do you think he's heading to All Elite Wrestling?
If he wants to continue wrestling, yeah, I think there will be a very, very nice place there for him to, put on some banger matches and, help some of the younger talent get over, expose some toughness in some people, because he's probably not going to go there and be like a headliner or anything like that. If he would go there, it would be to bring out some toughness in some young cats and see if they really cut out for the business. Because if you step in the ring with Sheamus, you're going to leave with some bruises.
Probably right. You're probably right. Yeah, I wouldn't mind him in AEW because he has a whole bunch of fresh matchups for him, and he's the type of guy that if he's able to stand out with the great matches that he has in an AEW, like just a regular TV show, let alone a pay-per-view, that says a lot for how good he is as a performer. That if he really wants to test himself against the best of the best, that would be probably what he would want to do if he's deciding to leave WWE. If he wants to continue wrestling, the best place where he can make a lot of money and still test himself against the best of the best in the industry is AEW.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be opposed to it, but seeing the Celtic Warrior as a member of the Death Riders, I would not be opposed to that. I would not be like it in that his style of wrestling. He's like a perfect fit for them.
Yeah, I agree. No doubt. We got here. We got Chase who says he's pro Phil. He says, Vala, are you gonna see the best glazed donut ever? He's happy that Mr. Phil is our WWE champion.
Oh shit!
You don't sound happy. Your phone don't sound happy.
Yeah, my phone was not happy at all. But it's like, like somehow someone will be surprised. I don't know how. We spent almost 7 hours of content warning y'all.
We definitely did. We said it for like the whole 4 hours on Saturday.
Way we didn't predict.
Yeah.
But the result was a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, it was definitely Sami who was not walking out with that title. He was not walking out Chicago with the title.
He's like, he ain't one of the big four, bro. Nah. WWE's Bible will be the same four people. And it will be then, now, forever.
Together. Oh, but yeah.
That's going to be in their main events for both nights. The big four.
Big four, y'all. Because don't think Hell in a Cell should main event one of the nights, but no. Big four time.
The cage match will be the opening match on ESPN.
Cody is trying to convince Roman to flip a coin for who gets night 2. That's what's happening right now. And Roman's like, I don't even know why you talking to me right now. Roman's like, you already know who got night 2.
Oh yeah, night two is locked up.
Yeah, it's locked up.
That's why more than likely Oba and Brock is going to be the opening match on ESPN on night 2.
I can see that. Roman gonna say, yeah, I want that on my night. I want my night to be better than Cody's night again. But at the two night events in the year, I want my show to be better than Cody's both times. Greedy.
Hey. I mean, I don't know if y'all was expecting like us to be hyped or for like is what though? This is, in my opinion, this is the title he should have won. Like, I think the WWE Championship just looks better on him than the World Championship. So I think
I can see that.
This is the one that he should have won. But they said, you know what? You're right, pal. We're gonna give them both.
Honestly, I think the World Heavyweight Championship would look better on Cody than the WWE Championship.
The American Dream would sign off on that.
Exactly. That's why. That's why I think that. But yeah, we got a lot to discuss when it comes to the show, when it comes to the result of the main event. So keep sounding off in the live chat. Keep sounding off in the comments down below if you have any other topics you want us to address or talk about. Send a super chat donation. We always appreciate the support. If you have an opinion, have a hot take, or have any thoughts on anything else throughout the show, send a super chat donation and we'll make sure your comment is highlighted on screen here. But as always, when we talk about the Monday Night Raw, we got to talk first about the crowd. What did you...
I was going to say, before you asking me about, I have a feeling you're going to get into the crowd. But I just want to, just remember, y'all heard it here first. So when y'all see it happen, when y'all hear and see the Hell in a Cell match is going to open on ESPN, just remember where y'all heard it first. Because ESPN is going to fucking fight to get one of these monster matches on their programming to get eyeballs on, and it's Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar. So they're going to get them on ESPN. So that's the best way to do it. First hour, they're going to be there.
Fair enough.
Just saying.
Yeah. You're going to... Top Guy JJ is going to let y'all know he was right. I just know that. I know that
1,000%.
much. I know that much. But yeah, what did you think about the crowd at the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois?
They were good. They were good. Chicago crowds are usually pretty good. They were good. Like they cared for what they wanted to care for. And there was other moments where it's like your typical wrestling show. If it ain't popping to them, they ain't gonna care about it too much. But they were good for the most part. Like for real, Chicago is usually a town that shows up.
Yeah. They let you know last night what they really liked on the show, and they let you know what they really did not care for. And they didn't do it with booze or anything. They did with complete silence.
Nah, they just did it by looking in their phones.
They that's what I said. Complete silence.
Yeah, they just went on social media.
It was like, I'm not responding. I saw people not even in their phones, just looking at it like.
Like when's the good stuff coming?
Exactly.
Basically.
We kick off the show with the usual. Everybody's walking into the building, but uniquely, this one actually goes into an angle. So we see finally Sami Zayn arriving at the building with the WWE Championship. He gets a babyface reaction from the folks backstage as he's high-fiving people. Cody Rhodes then showed up, and Zayn got in his face. They exchange heated words with Sami saying that Cody's trying to steal his moment, and things get intense until Gunther shows up out of nowhere. He immediately goes after Cody. He attacks him and power bombs him through a nearby table. Gunther then gets in Sami's face and he calls him a fluke champion. And he says that he's gonna do something about it. And before he can continue, he sees Cody crawling behind him and he kicks the car door into Cody's head.
Yo, that was
busting his head, busting him open in the process. What does this mean for the WWE Championship main event of the evening? I saw this whole angle and immediately I was like, oh shit, CM Punk's winning the WWE Championship tonight. That's crazy. I immediately knew what this meant. I was like, they did this whole angle to write off Cody, and Cody is not going to win the title. Sami Zayn is. So on my scale, as I told y'all last week, I was like, Brock Lesnar beating Sami Zayn, and then Oba Femi using his King of the Ring title shot to beat Brock for the title at SummerSlam was best case scenario for me with the Sami Zayn reign as WWE champion. Cody Rhodes just winning the title back last night was the worst case scenario to set up a Cody Rhodes Punk matchup. Punk winning it is like somewhere in the middle. It's closer to the Brock scenario than it is the Cody scenario, but it's not better than the Brock scenario. I feel the Brock scenario saves us from Oba looking like an idiot, so it ties up some loose ends, because all this storyline and all this shuffling around of the WWE Championship has only made multiple different characters look like idiots in the process. Sami gets a 9-day reign. Oba's an idiot who doesn't take his title shot since Brock Lesnar's better than the title shot. Brock is an idiot because he doesn't let Oba take the title shot so he can beat him again for the title. Like, there's multiple people that look like idiots in this reality that we're living in. But I think that the Punk scenario was kind of more in the evening ground than the Cody and the Brock scenario. Those were two extremes. What did you think about this opening segment with the angle of writing off Cody?
You know what? To be fair, I thought this was great. I thought this was like, if they're gonna preserve and not have Cody Rhodes lose, the best thing to do is get him violently attacked. And that's exactly like, you know, and they did it and then some. Like, they could have ended it with the power bomb through the table and Cody comes up bleeding. But bro, I like that icing on the cake for me was when Gunther kicked that car door. I fucking love that spot. That shit was fucking violent and fucking top tier gangster shit right there. Like, I was like, yo, Gunther is the right person to pull that type of shit off. Like because he don't give a fuck about nobody. He don't give a fuck about nobody. So it like when something fits, it fits. And Gunther's like, I'm not in the title picture. The fuck you should be in the title picture for? I'm gonna fuck you up. So he basically fucked up Cody Rhodes. Like, and he didn't do it behind his back. He attacked that man right in his face. So
that's out.
You know, so like we try. To me, it's like almost like trying to make the best of the situation that they've created. And
yeah, like if this was a scenario that was out of their hands, I would be willing more. I wouldn't look at it so hard. I wouldn't be critical of it so hard. I would be giving it the benefit of the doubt. They don't get the benefit of the doubt because this is all problems that they created themselves. Yeah,
but you know, hey, at least they tried to pivot.
Yeah. I mean, they tried
to pivot, and
they're probably doing a little bit of appeasing here with Punk.
Because coming from a Cody Rhodes hardcore fan and Josh from True Heel Heat was just numb to the whole situation.
Yeah,
that is probably how most Cody Rhodes fans felt. That were like real and not like straight up glazers. They're like, yo, like, dog, he just lost his championship. Like literally 48 hours ago. And then he's gonna be in a number one contenders match 48 hours later. It's like, nah, bruh. Like, come on, man. We know the stories of wrestling. Like, you gotta have some type of uphill battle. But the fact that Cody Rhodes won the number one contenders match, Cody Rhodes did not compete on Raw, which means Cody Rhodes still has claim to the number one contendership because he was attacked. That is your segue to what you're going to see more than likely next week or the week after, or whatever it is on SmackDown or whatever it is, because they're probably going to both move to SmackDown and try to make some sense of that dog shit fest of a show. And hopefully, you know, it comes off, you know, decent on SmackDown, because everything.
Hey, the main event scene is very interesting now with Sami, Gunther, Punk, Cody. Now you could potentially get back Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. That's a hell of a main event scene.
I mean, yeah, no, it's a good group. Never questioned like the talent that they have. It's just always how the placement of where these guys are being used.
This is true.
But now it's like, what the fuck are you going to do with Sami Zayn? Because Sami Zayn lost clean.
Yeah.
Like,
but he was unprepared. He was unprepared. He got screwed over.
He's gonna get a number one contenders match.
No, he should get a rematch at Saturday night's main event.
Oh, that's even
that
worse,
should be the main
dog.
event. That should be the main event of Saturday.
Put him in a scenario to be eliminated from the picture.
Madison, he gets the main event at Madison Square Garden. Who wouldn't want that?
Who gives a fuck about that when SummerSlam is 2 weeks after that?
Who wouldn't want that? Wait, so what do you think should be the WWE title match at SummerSlam?
I think Sami Zayn has earned the right to put himself in the hat to have a triple threat match.
We just did a triple threat match.
Doesn't matter.
We just did one.
So just because they just did one, that means Sami Zayn just get fucked just because that, oh, we just did one, so fuck Sami Zayn completely. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't use those words.
The fact that he held the WWE Championship, you need to do something to keep his name in that circle and keep it relevant.
Nah. Danhausen is opening Saturday night's main event. You can't main event with actual Dan. The opening segment is the most important. It's the most viewed. So Danhausen will be there. Not in the main event. What?
Yeah, no. Oh, God, no. Come on.
Dion saying is Punk's contract coming up around November. That could be why they're trying to get Punk versus Cody out of the way. It's not coming up in November. I heard he read up in 2024. He originally signed like a 3-year deal in 2023, but he read up and extended it in 2024.
Oh yeah, Punk, Punk is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like he's on really great terms with them. Like, just because he got himself a little vacation, a well-earned one at that, because he was like super full-time.
Yeah.
He was like super full-time.
I honestly still think there is smoke where there's fire, that there was some type of issue. I don't think it was that serious, but I think there was some type of issue. And this whole title change feels like their way of appeasing him and being like, see how much we care. Look what you're coming back to.
I think it's also sometimes you got to protect the athlete from themselves.
Yeah.
Like, this man's been going, he's been going nonstop for literally damn near 3 years straight. He had no real breaks. Like, he had like a week off here or there.
He had like 9 months off. He was injured.
That is fucked up. That nigga said 9 months off. Nigga fucking tears a muscle. Oh, he had all that time off. He was just chilling at the beach banging his wife. Oh God!
Oh man!
Oh God!
Cole said Danhausen is made of vetting.
Come on, man! Y'all know Cole is always on some type of stuff.
I mean, I'll take y'all word for it. I stopped listening to Michael Cole a long time ago. I usually gotta go back and take notes on what he actually says sometimes. Etika said it would be awesome if KO and Sami come in after whoever and F everybody up after the championship match. I mean, I have been seeing some like posts that KO has been putting up, has been making people believe that he could be closer to coming back than not.
Yeah, listen, I'm not even going to feed into any of that. If it happens, when it happens, I will be extremely happy. I ain't going to be getting my hopes up and be like, oh, is he coming back for SummerSlam? Oh, is he coming back for fucking Crown Jewel? Like, when he shows up, I will be happy. That like, yeah. Don't be trying to appease nobody.
Yeah, I think it is for the Knicks connection. I think the person they're teasing that he's gonna have in his corner is Jalen Brunson. So we get
nope, not happening. Because Jalen Brunson just underwent surgery on his hand.
He's not gonna get physical.
Jalen Brunson, the NBA champion, NBA Finals MVP, NBA Cup winner, NBA Cup Finals MVP, they are going to put that motherfucker in a bubble.
He can come out in the bubble.
He ain't doing jack shit fuck with anybody.
He's going to come out. He's going to be on the gurney. And then they're going to unveil it and he's going to come up and he's going to sit up like he's the Undertaker. He's going to get a big pop. He's going to have like a water gun and he's going to shoot JD with it. He's not going to have to touch anything. He's going to have a water gun, shoot JD with it. And then the other Knicks players get physical.
Yeah, don't believe a word this man says. And I see you, King. I see you, man. Cam Scatterboo is a fucking footnote in New York compared to Jalen Brunson.
Oh, well, yeah. Jalen Brunson's
the fucking king of the city. He's a
New York legend now.
He's a fucking king of the city. You think they're going to let that man 10 days fresh out of surgery to show up at a WWE show? Hell fucking no.
Yes, they must. We got chilling with Chase saying Brunson had a hurt hand and grabbed a steel chair. Think he is fine. LOL. Yeah, exactly. What are we talking about?
No, he just had surgery like yesterday.
He's gonna be fine. They won't ask him to do much.
About when he showed up at the Garden and got into an interaction with Tyrese Halliburton and all that bullshit. He had it yesterday.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tyrese
Halliburton was in the crowd at a WWE event like a few days after his surgery.
Y'all just sound like wrestling fans right now.
I'm just saying. Don't be surprised.
Oh, I will be surprised if he happens to show up. Oh, I will be very surprised.
Don't be surprised, homie.
Because
don't be surprised.
Yeah, it'll probably be a Nick that shows up, but it won't be Jalen Brunson.
It's gonna be Cat.
It could be Cat. Could be Josh Hart. Josh Hart would be more likely.
Jose Alvarado.
Yo, Jose Alvarado's with the shits. Jose Alvarado's with the shits, bro. That motherfucker will show up, and he'll fucking do spots.
He'd probably be like, yeah, I used to do wrestling on outside of a playground on a in Queens somewhere. We used to be on MNN, the Manhattan Neighborhood Network.
You know, it'd be the perfect person for Jalen Brunson. Get New York Knicks legend Latrell Sprewell to coach that motherfucker out.
This is true. It's true. It's gonna be Larry Johnson. There you go.
Yeah, Larry Johnson ain't getting up for nobody.
All right, so we go into the actual building to start off the show proper in front of the fans, and it is Seth freaking Rollins. Chicago don't care too much about that because they started chanting CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. But Rollins doesn't care about CM Punk tonight. He cares about regaining the world title and continuing to own Roman Reigns. So the crowd chanted OTC, OTC, OTC. Everybody's more over than Rollins, apparently. But Roman isn't here tonight because according to Rollins, either he didn't think it mattered for him to be here or the check wasn't big enough. And I was like, oh God, here we go again. Up. Roman Reigns has always been the chosen one, says Seth, even when the Shield debuted as a trio back in 2012. 14 years ago, it didn't matter if Reigns couldn't cut a promo or wrestle his way out of a paper bag. He says that this didn't sit well with him. Because when he was a kid, like kids in the front row, he asks for the ages, like 9, 5 years old. All he wanted to do was be the biggest star in this industry and main event WrestleManias. Seth having to watch those dreams handed off to somebody else broke something inside him. And it led him into every single choice he made from thereafter. He broke up the Shield to try to catch up to Roman Reigns. When he cashed in at WrestleMania 31, he did that to catch up to Roman Reigns. Seth recalled a promo where Roman said he worked 10 times less than Seth and did to make 10 times more money. And Seth says he hated that bullshit. Seth thought that the work was the reward. Oh my God, you fucking
here this fucking loser goes. There's your Seth SP. That's who you wanted to hear.
I know, man. After I complimented him so much last week, I was like, this is what I get. This is what I deserve. He says Roman has to beat Rollins at SummerSlam so he can justify what he's been trying to prove to himself for the last 15 years, that he is not a fraud. But Rollins needs to beat Roman Reigns to prove to all those kids in the crowd that you can achieve greatness through hard work and sacrifice. I wanted to throw up in my mouth. Luckily for me, the music of LA Knight hit, and out came the megastar. Knight says that he wasn't going to let Rollins bore everyone to death with the same old trash. I got off of my couch and I was like, he says then he should have, he says that it was a great cheat code that all Rollins had to do was talk about how great Roman Reigns was to get a title shot. But didn't Rollins lose in the first round of the King of the Ring tournament? Rollins looks at him like, yeah, well, same did you? He was like, yeah. I mean, I did as well. No fault to you. But Knight then launched into an hilarious impersonation of the Rollins and Reigns promo from last week, where he was like, you guys are all like, brother this, brother that, brother, I'm gonna get a haircut, brother, I want to get matching tattoos, brother, I love you, brother, you love me, brother this, brother, I want a title shot, brother, you can have one. Knight pointed out that when business peaked in this company a few years ago, he says it wasn't Roman Reigns, it wasn't Seth Rollins on top. He says it was Cody Rhodes. I'll give credit to him, and it was LA Knight on top. And I was like, when the fuck was this? But when Knight was starting to peak, he got cut off by Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. The only thing that Rollins and Reigns are great at is keeping people like him down, because when he started peaking again, who was it that stopped him? Seth Rollins and the Vision. Rollins asked Knight if he was done yet. Are you done? Rollins told Knight that he doesn't like him, but he respects him because he is someone who is all grind and hustle. But Rollins can't waste time with Knight right now. He's got to win the world title back that he never lost. But after Rollins wins at SummerSlam, Knight can have the first title shot. Rollins goes to leave. Knight is left in the ring, but then when he turns around, he is laid the fuck out by Jimmy Uso, who jumps him with a super kick, lays him out to send a message, told him stop saying his family's name. He said, keep my family's name out your damn mouth. Seth Rollins' part of this sucked. LA Knight was great. The Jimmy Uso insertion, he's stuck dealing. LA Knight stuck dealing with the Bloodline B team for now, but LA Knight was great here. Seth Rollins was not. He made me take away all my compliments from the week prior. This is the Seth Rollins that I'm more used to. Seth Rollins, who is fucking a bore on the mic. Oh, I love Roman Reigns. Oh, Roman Reigns so great. Oh, I'm so insecure. Oh, I've never been number one, and I'm so jealous of Roman Reigns. Oh, the Shield this, Shield that. I gotta rely on Shield lore. Oh, shut the fuck up. Oh, I'm a visionary. I'm a revolutionary. I'm a freaking I'm a visionary. I'm a revolutionary. I was. It's about hard work and sacrifice. Do you see that little boy in the front row? What's it? How old is he? I was like, that's weird. But he was like, how old is he? He's not. He's not. I was once that young boy. I was once that young boy too. I was playing with my wrestling dolls, and I was growing up. I wanted to be a wrestler. I wanted to headline all the WrestleManias and all that. Oh, God, this was gross. What did you think about this opening segment?
Dog, this Seth promo was... This was hard to listen to. This was really hard to listen to. Because not only it was the same rhetoric again, at the same token, you are trying to say that one of your coworkers can't work. So great employee move right there, saying that one of my coworkers is just not good at his job, just telling the entire universe. And just like, yeah, he couldn't even wrestle a wet paper bag, wrestle out of a wet paper bag. Like, yeah, Roman's problem has never been his in-ring work. It's always been his characters.
Yeah.
So, big lie right there, sir. And then the crowd just went into a complete silence. as he was just yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping. Like it felt like one of those, like the wrong guy got a hold of the liquor bottle and he just started going on and on about how his wife cheated on him, how she broke up his heart, how she found her in bed with another man. And I can't believe I was this stupid. And all the work and the sacrifice and the tears that I've laid out for this person. And she turned her back on me and they gave her the moment. And then the best thing about this entire thing has happened. The music of LA Knight strikes. And it's like, all right, here we, all right. So this is about to be, he's about to say the same old shit to him too. But no, LA Knight fucking smoked this motherfucker. LA Knight, I don't give a fuck how many lies he said in this promo.
He buried everybody.
He smoked his ass in this shit. Like, especially with the brothers lines. Like, hey, brother, let's have a match, brother. Let's get the same haircut, brother. Let's get the same beards, brother. We're the greatest of all time, brother. Of what? I fucking love that line, bro. Of what? Yo, LA Knight fucking eviscerated him in this fucking promo. And the fact that I don't know if people haven't seen this in full, please, like, LA Knight smoked this man in this fucking promo. And that is when it got good, is because LA Knight fucking gave literally one of the best promos of his career in this segment right here. And the Chicago crowd that probably wanted nothing to do with either one of them had no choice but to acknowledge LA Knight during this promo, because they all got
he got a huge pop when he came out.
I'm just saying, regardless of the fact, like, LA Knight, he like lines in, started getting some very, very loud, thunderous LA Knight chants, because they knew that man was cooking. And then when he did the whole shtick and when he said his lie about being the biggest star 2 years ago and all of this stuff, I was like, you know what? There's a little bit of truth to that, because he was the biggest upcoming person that was not a part of the Big Four. That was not a part of the Big Four. And he did the shtick and he didn't even have to say a word. All he had to do was do the hands and the crowd did the rest. And then you see Seth Rollins. Are you done? Are you done fucking killing me right now? Because
I was like, how dare you? How dare you? We should have asked you if you were done.
Yeah.
The audacity of this.
He really tried to fine speech kid him.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, dog, you just got smoked, my nigga. Like, you just got smoked. Like, and then your rebuttal, I'll give you the first shot so I can put your face in the dirt. And you dropped the mic to that?
I was like, you've been trying to get this shit over, but
like,
it's even worse. A worse job of getting this over than easy to find, hard to beat.
Oh, please. Please, let's not enter those in the same company. That part does not.
No, they are in the same company because this is
enter the chat.
Both of them catchphrases suck.
Oh, they absolutely. That's a fact. But at least we didn't get the disservice of hearing that garbage this week.
This is true.
So
this is true.
But yeah, bottom line, whatever happened with Jimmy Uso, whatever.
Yeah.
But this whole thing was all about LA Knight.
Yeah. This was an LA Knight showcase. He went out there, he hit a home run. I just hope that he can interact more with the top stars, because he feels so much at home when he's interacting with one of these top stars. Remember when he first started interacting with like Roman Reigns and the Bloodline back in 2023, or his interactions with CM Punk and Seth Rollins from last year. And then here with Seth Rollins, this was great. This is where LA Knight deserves to be, and this is where he shines the most.
Yeah, and I think what they're struggling the most with right now, and I think this is something that I think is going to require a lot of conversation, is when to pull the trigger on LA Knight.
Yeah.
Like that's like, I think that's what they're struggling with the most right now, is because they got this hot thing with Oba Femi. It's like, you still have unfinished business with Braun Breaker. When do you do this with LA Knight? And I think that unfortunately has been his like fork in the road for a long time.
I think they will. When
does this happen? Because it has to happen. Like,
I think they will have more of a sense of urgency with LA Knight than they will with any of the young guys.
Yeah, and obviously because, like, as he said, the clock's not on his side. But it's really like, when does this happen? And when is it make sense? And I think he's a when does it make sense type of time. Because I don't think when he wins, he's not going to be a transitional champion like Sami Zayn.
No,
like, I think he's going to hold it for a couple of months, and he would go through like a couple of defenses and actually still maintains it, because it more than likelihood, when it happens, it will be his only championship run.
Yeah.
He's in a tough spot because of the trajectory heading into like SummerSlam, into Royal Rumble, into WrestleMania. Like, when do you do this? Because it's like, you can't not do this at least once. You can't go LA Knight's entire career without him being in the main event scene once. Like, it would be the biggest travesty of justice that's literally happening right in our face. Yeah. Like, there's some guys that we know that we like and we favor, but dude, like, LA Knight without championships measures up with every big star in the company.
I think LA Knight, if he's never able to win a world title, he's gonna kind of be considered maybe in the same vein as like a Razor Ramon of this generation.
That would be tough, man. That'd be tough. Like, I would give him credit if they get to pull this off once. Like, they just got to do it. He only needs one. He don't need multiple runs. He don't need to live in the main. He don't need to be their Roman Reigns. He don't need to even be one of the big four. He just needs one.
But, you know, Sami Zayn said, a lot of Sami Zayn fans just said he needed one.
I don't even think people thought Sami Zayn was ever going to do it.
No, there's Sami Zayn fans who think he was going to do it, but they definitely didn't expect it to only last 9 days. But let's talk about where we went to next. In the back, we catch up with Gunther, who has Adam Pearce, who's kicking him out of the building along with security. But then Nick Aldis, SmackDown general manager, shows up. He yells at Gunther. Gunther tells him that he's failing as he failed as a wrestler, and now he's failing as a general manager, as he yells at him and they're yelling at each other. Then Aldis and Pearce get into it. They start yelling at each other, with Aldis accusing Pearce of poaching his main event, and he says, well, now you have to deal with it, and he said that one's on you, and now you have to find the replacement. So that became the kind of the show long narrative, starting from the opening of the show to this segment, and then a couple of others throughout the show. What did you think about this in particular, finding out that Nick Aldis was in the building?
That nigga Nick Aldis want to get back in the ring, bro.
You think they're really gonna run Aldis and Gunther?
Oh, 100%. 100% they're gonna run this match. It's just a matter of, I don't know if it's gonna happen at SummerSlam, but they're definitely having this match. Nick Aldis is not gonna be getting in these physical scraps and getting into this confrontation style with somebody and then not finish off in a match. Like Nick Aldis ain't bred like that, bro. Like Adam Pearce is a bitch. Like Adam Pearce gets thrown around like a fucking sissy, and then he'll just fucking discipline you. Nah, Nick Aldis looks like he literally has the attitude like he wants to throw hands at you. He wants to throw hands with you. Like as soon as Gunther even fucking touched him, that nigga Nick yoked him into the fucking like Nick. Like I ain't Adam. I ain't Adam, bro. I'll fuck you up.
He's like, I'm not the one. I'm not the one. Not today.
Nick's gotta finish this with a match, especially with the attitude and with the fucking fire that he's given during all of these interactions. Like this has to blow off with a match. Yeah, Adam Pearce ain't getting. Yeah, Adam Pearce. Yeah, Adam. He'll get shoved and thrown into a fucking gate, and he'll like, oh, I need a drink. I need a drink.
He got snuffed by Becky Lynch just a couple of weeks ago.
And then when he got thrown to the side by Braun Breaker, then he got shoved by fucking Jacob, and he got all this shit that happened to him, and then it's like, no, he just gets right back up and just gets right back in the mix and tries to fucking break shit up. If somebody knocked Nick Aldis on his ass like that, I promise you Nick Aldis is gonna hit that motherfucker right back. He's gonna do some shit.
It does seem anytime they do an angle with Nick Aldis, the talk of him doing a matchup comes up more and more. I don't know when you get to the point. When did we get to the point that we stop saying that with Adam Pearce? I feel like some people still bring it up with Adam Pearce anytime Adam Pearce gets in an angle. And remember back around in the lead up to beginning of the year, after the Braun Breaker CM Punk matchup, when Breaker did the whole angle with Pearce, people thought that Pearce was going to face Braun at WrestleMania.
Right. Yeah, right.
They did.
I mean, not with the energy that Adam Pearce was given. Like Adam Pearce never gave me I'm gonna fight you type energy. Nick Aldis is giving Gunther I want to fight you energy. Like, and so Nick Aldis knows he's still got a few matches left in his tank. He knows that. It's like when you act like that, you know you got something to offer. So chances are he's gonna have to relinquish his job as SmackDown general manager, and they are going to make him an active competitor. And when that happens, that's when they'll start to cook the seeds up for this match with first, it's going to be Gunther first and foremost. But, you know, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And that will be at the expense of Nick Aldis losing his job. Whoop de fucking do. No one's going to care. Everybody will be much happier seeing Nick Aldis in a wrestling ring. I'm pretty sure people will be much happier with that.
You think so? Because we had who was it? John Escudero on the show on the channel a few days ago, and he said that he was never a fan of Nick Aldis in the ring. Right, I feel like Nick Aldis is very much, he wrestles like a mid 2000s heel.
He's a classic wrestler.
Yeah, but he's not even I wouldn't even say like someone like a Darius Carter. He works like he's a black Nick Bockwinkel. Nick Aldis though doesn't wrestle like a Harley Race or a Ric Flair. Like I had a lot of people that would say, "Oh, he's old school. He wrestles like an 80s." No, I think he wrestles like he's Triple H in the year 2002.
And if that's because he's not a spot fest guy, he doesn't have the marquee signature special moves. He doesn't have the super like that super like striking ability like some of these other cats. Like he doesn't have anything that stands out. That's the thing. He doesn't have nothing that stands out, but he does what he does well. So it's not like he's like this fucking slouch or he's a bum. He's just not Seth Rollins in the ring. He's not Cody Rhodes in the ring. He's not anybody you can fucking name like 1,000 people in AEW. He's not one of those people in the ring. He's going to be your regular 3-star match guy that will probably have like mid to sometimes pretty good matches. But he's made a career out of that. And he's made a damn good career out of that.
Oh, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Nick Aldis personally. I was just trying to play devil's advocate because there are people who are not fans of Nick Aldis and what he tends to offer. And I agree with what you said that Nick Aldis doesn't do anything that wows you in the ring. I think that he does pretty much wrestle like a mid-2000s heel. He wrestles like Triple H in Evolution a lot of times. When he's a babyface, he wrestles more like Triple H in 2008 when he was on SmackDown. That's his kind of like template of what he does in the ring, how he moves in the ring, how his matches are laid out. It's very akin to that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's when you see him in the ring, he's not going to blow you away. He's going to look great. Like that's he's going to look great, and he's going to be able to do almost anything. But he's not going to be somebody that has like if you want to compare like for this version of say Randy Orton, he's not going to have like your signature moves. He's not going to have like the signature neck breakers. He's not going to have the draping DDs. He's not going to have like any key mid-match moves that you know like something's coming. He doesn't have that.
He's got the Texas Cloverleaf. Even when I say his moves, it's like yeah, you can tell it's nothing. Well, you got Dion who says if you could tell a story in the ring, you don't need to be flashy. I agree. He can do that. He does that very well. So we're gonna see what happens.
I'll be happy to see Nick Aldis shed the suit and get in the ring.
I'm looking forward to it. But let's get back into this episode. We go backstage yet again to Jackie Redmond, who is with the Vision. We have the remnants of the Vision here, Logan Paul in his arm brace, and Austin Theory and Braun Breaker before they go out for the World Tag Team Championship rematch. We get Paul Heyman, who walks in before they can even answer any of Jackie's questions. And Heyman sends Jackie away. He scolded Breaker. He says not for what happened between them, what happened with the barricade. He says because he failed to eliminate Seth Rollins. But he's even more disappointed that Austin Theory couldn't even beat Joe Hendry last week. He says, bring something back worthy of your wise man or don't come back. This led into the World Tag Team Championship matchup. We get the Street Profits to make their entrance, and Montez Ford, who was wilding. He was
wilding.
He got pregnant Bianca Belair at home. This man is very comfortable with his sexuality because this was wild. He was trying his best to get a reaction from this dude who's trying his best to keep a straight face, but he could not after like 2 minutes of this. You get Breaker in Theory, of course, come out, and you get Breaker earlier on in the matchup. He hits a very great looking standing moonsault on Montez. Montez responds with Theory comes in and he hits a beautiful drop kick. Then we get Angelo Dawkins, who hit a flying back elbow for a near fall on Theory. We get Breaker, who got a tag and then caught him with a drop kick. You get Breaker, who then hits the ropes and broke Dawkins in half with the super speed clothesline. Breaker dumped Ford to the floor, and we get Dawkins, who caught Theory with a spinning neck breaker. Logan Paul then tries to throw in the brass knuckles to his stablemates, but you get the referee who catches him. But apparently this was only a decoy set of brass knuckles. You get Paul, who then passes the real brass knuckles to Braun Breaker. Breaker goes to use them, but Dawkins instead punches him in the face, and the nuts come loose. You get him and Austin Theory after Montez Ford takes out Breaker with the big dive over the ring post to the outside, taking him out. We get Dawkins, who picks up the brass knuckles before Theory. He goes to use them, but then Maxxine Dupri runs in and totally legit low blows Dawkins. My lord, she nailed him.
Yo, dog,
right in the nut.
Like, yo, bro, like, what the fuck did he try to hit on her or something?
Yo, the replay is the one that really shows you how hard she hit this dude in the nuts. Like, he has to be still on the mat to this minute. Theory just goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. The Vision are now 2-time World Tag Team Champions. After the matchup, you get Theory and Dupri. They stare at one another, and then they start making out like they're Christian Cage and Trish Stratus in the year 2004. Maxxine Dupri is now officially with Austin Theory. I can't believe the Vision actually are the champions again. Like, does WWE even care what this tag team title reign is doing for the remaining, and it's very little remaining main event credibility that Braun Breaker has? I don't know why you want to stick him in a tag team championship run yet again with Austin Theory here, where he is literally the fourth most important person out of the group on screen here. Logan Paul will get more mic time than Braun Breaker. Austin Theory and Maxxine Dupri's relationship will be more of a focus than Braun Breaker. Why does WWE hate Braun Breaker? Anyway, to finish up with this, you get in the back, Paul Heyman approved of what just went down and says that this was only the first step. Heyman says that he was most impressed that somebody actually got something done tonight. Theory goes to thank him, but then Heyman says that he was talking about her, talking about Maxxine Dupri. The Vision then go off in their car to celebrate, and left behind in the dust is Alpha Academy, Otis and Tozawa, as the crowd reacted. He reacted big to the scene of Dupri and the Vision leaving. Otis and Tozawa all sad.
Aww.
The match was not good, definitely not as good as 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago was a really good matchup. This was not that. And the Vision becoming champions again feels very uninspired, and it feels like they are still trying to make this work, and we just have to be like the mean girls in the movie Mean Girls and say that you're not going to get this over. Like, you're not going to get Fetch over. Fetch is not a thing. Like, you're not going to get the Vision over. You could try as you must. You could keep trying. You could rehash it. You could do another version of the Vision. Now you got a female in the Vision. See, it's all new. It's all new. We're going to recover the Vision. Yeah, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. This group is cursed. I don't see this working, but we shall see. They are champions yet again. I felt like they cut the legs out from the Street Profits when it looked like the Street Profits were gaining momentum and they could be a good anchor to rebuild the Raw Tag Team division. But you're once again putting it on a makeshift team of a guy who has gotten 100,000 tries in WWE, and Braun Breaker, who y'all seemingly are treating like he's African American. So that's my thoughts. Great job by Maxxine. That low blow was very, very intense and legit. And I thought that her and Austin Theory came off well. They looked good as a couple for the first time here. So what did you think?
The match sucked. It's everything that happened after the match. It's basically the headline of this match, of this thing here. Wow. So they actually like pulled the trigger on this, and you know, it didn't look bad. It didn't look bad. Like, seeing Maxxine and Austin Theory like finally displaying like some chemistry and some interest in something like not just off camera and behind the scene and all of that. And I was dead surprised the fact that she like straight like locked lips with this dude, like straight like I was like, all right, kayfabe mine. Like kayfabe mine, even though everything's on social media and we saw everything that took place on social media, but kayfabe mine, right? But yeah, it was interesting. But you said something about the tag division. Yeah, there is no tag division. It's just two guys that holds belts periodically. There is no tag division. There is no WWE tag division on Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown. There are no teams in the WWE. You have the couple, you have your Street Profits, you might have one other somewhere that I'm not remembering. Like whoever else was a tag team, they sent them off to AAA and said, yeah, go beat tag teams over there. We don't give a fuck about tag teams. At least they're showing face that they are telling you that they don't care about tag teams. Like they're just telling it to you right to your face. The best part about this was being right. Like we've been telling y'all for months that Braun Breaker's a YN. We've been months. Do y'all see the way Paul Heyman treated this man? He wouldn't even look at him in the way he degraded him about.
And then you had Braun, who was probably directed
shriveled up, looking like a kid. And then he's like, I'm sorry, Uncle Paulie. And then he says that somebody got something right done, and then he talks in Maxxine's direction. While Braun Breaker is literally standing there holding a championship belt.
Yep.
Do y'all believe us now that Braun Breaker is a YN?
Why?
So it was just like vindicated. And this clearly tells you that they have no plans for Braun Breaker for the next few months.
Nope. I literally said this in the weeds earlier. I was like, this feels like a tag team title run because they have no intention of putting Braun Breaker in the main event scene. And they're like, here's a title that we don't care about. So it looks like we're pushing you.
Here, YN, damn. Take this. Take this and fuck off.
Go.
And you're going to take this title, and you're not even going to be the main focus of this championship win.
Nope. You're going to be the fifth most important person. I forgot Heyman. Fifth most important person.
In that order, it is Paul Heyman's responses, Maxxine Dupri, Logan Paul, champion Austin Theory, and champion Braun Breaker.
Yep.
Yeah, the champions
are the last ones.
Yeah.
And it can only get worse because you have someone on the sidelines and Bronson Reed who's
they'll just go down to 5 and 6.
And I don't know, man. This is I don't know.
You don't see it? It's the vision.
This is not how I would have booked it, but you know.
I don't think that's how anybody would have booked it.
We got a couple of super chat.
Would have been the Street Profits retaining, and Paul Heyman just completely blows this sad ass group off, and they completely split ways, and we could officially see the end of the vision.
Yeah, I would have had Heyman being like, "I'm just gonna hitch my wagon to Brock." Then when Brock loses at SummerSlam, he's like left to be like, oh, I have nobody. But then Breaker turns on Theory and Logan Paul, and they reunite outside of the vision. That's what I would have done. But we got a super chat donation, a few here. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, who says, I will take a couple of pints of Guinness to the head, for there will be no more great white hype. Sheamus. Sheamus might be one of the kind of less celebrated legends currently going in the wrestling industry. And I talked about it. I talked about it before, where he was always kind of considered a guy that was kind of given too much or didn't pay his dues. Because we've been watching since early like 90s, 80s, but we got to see Sheamus when he first came in, and he was considered like a guy that was kind of a chosen one of Vince McMahon. He had the gym. He was the gym buddy of Triple H. Everybody thought that he was getting pushed too soon because he beats John Cena after like a month on the main roster, beats him for the WWE Championship, beats him again in a Fatal 4-Way the following year for his second WWE Championship, had a feud with Triple H at WrestleMania. Then he won the U.S. Championship, the King of the Ring. He won the World Heavyweight Championship from Bryan Danielson in 18 seconds when Bryan was like one of the most popular people in the company. Had that world title run in 2012 into 2013 where he was getting booked like an Irish John Cena. Very funny to say that because I think John Cena is part Irish, but a very Irish John Cena. So like he was always kind of considered. It wasn't until like the last, like I would say the last 7-8 years that he really started getting the respect that he has truly earned in the industry and kind of viewed as like this veteran who has like this great catalog of work. But it's unfortunate, like his first 10-12 years he didn't get the respect that I think that he really deserved and earned.
Yeah, I think you're right about that first part for sure. He got a forced reputation that didn't rub people the right way. Like he was just thrown into the main event scene, like literally thrown into the main event scene with very little history, very little knowledge. You just see this pale dude just beating people for championships. And then the back half is where people started to really fuck with him and really respect him and started to really, it's like it should have kind of went in reverse, his career. Like it should have went in reverse. And I think he would have been acknowledged a lot more for his upbringing, like the bar time and all of that should have been like the start. And then his championship success should have happened after. Like if his two career paths went reverse, I think he would have been received a whole lot better when he actually won those championships. Because then he would have had cachet, he would have had history, he would have had chemistry, he would have had history and rivalries with all of the people that he's defeated. Yeah. And he didn't have literally any of that when he was winning the championship. So people was just not fucking with him off the strength that it wasn't even really his fault. It's just like, yo, you just making this guy champion and we don't know fucking shit about this guy. Like, he didn't come from somewhere else. He didn't come from a different wrestling company. He didn't come from a rival place with history, or no one knew who this guy was. And he just looked like a big, white, pale Irishman that is just beating the top stars for championships. And it's just like, wait, what part did I miss? Like, what did I miss here? And once later in the timeline happens is where people started to really acknowledge how really good to great that this guy could have been and should have been. Yeah. And his send-off in what's going to happen with his dismissal and what he's like, it's just so underwhelming. Like, but this is just the nature of what they do. Like, they just don't know how to, unless you're like literally, unless you're a top four, unless you're one of the big four, you just don't get send-offs. You just don't get it right. Like the closest thing that we got to a send off of somebody of any level of importance was AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Like even Edge's was like, really? That's it? Like this man spent 20 years with y'all.
And really, we only got that real send off for AJ Styles after we complained that the Royal Rumble wasn't good enough.
It's pretty. You know, look. This is the devil we know, and it ain't gonna be surprising. And this is why, like cats like him, cats like Adam Copeland, this is why they take the careers in and get appreciated elsewhere. Because when it's gonna be their time to go, I will promise you that there will be a send-off and there will be something that AEW does to commemorate Adam Copeland's career as he fucking deserves. But for some reason, we're going to like the man got a career-ending injury with your company. He came back for that company and he couldn't get a proper send-off. It's just like if that's what y'all gonna do with people that literally spends multiple decades with you guys, it's not really like, it's either, it's gonna be all about contracts now and not about dreams, because people's gonna be like, yo, my dream is to spend my life with the WWE. That ain't their dream to spend the rest of their time with you.
Exactly. It's not a mutual thing. It's a one-sided thing. We go backstage to the doctor checking on Cody Rhodes following the attack from Gunther. Adam Pearce is there, and he gets the news that the doctor cannot clear Cody for tonight's title match. They insist on Cody heading to the hospital to get re-examined. More on that in a bit. We get after that, that's when the Heyman meets up with the Vision, and then we see elsewhere backstage, Liv Morgan is giving a pep talk to Raquel Rodriguez in front of the rest of the Judgment Day in their clubhouse. She says that tonight is the night they win and bring the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship to the Judgment Day. Raquel says that she's focused, she's determined. Liv says that then she will retain the WWE Women's World Championship. Dirty Dom will win the Intercontinental Championship. JD will take care of their Danhausen problem. And once again, she just forgets about Roxanne. Did you get a good, nice little sleep as I talked about the Judgment Day segment?
Are you done?
Trouble, that's me. Yeah, I'm done.
God.
You should definitely work on that, insomnia that you're dealing with. We get Joe Hendry.
You partially cured it once you start talking about them.
We got Joe Hendry during the ad break. He talks about how he's dealt with the Vision. He says he's dealt with the Vision, so now he is on to bigger and better things. And what's bigger and better than championship gold? He says that he has been a champion wherever he has been, and now he will do that on Monday Night Raw. He says that he is coming for the Intercontinental Championship.
Aww.
Well, the good news is he would get his chance, because it was announced right after the commercial break that a number one contenders gauntlet matchup will go down next week to determine who will challenge Penta for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam. Jackie Redmond then tries to interview the Intercontinental Champion Penta. Ethan Page and Rusev, though, they come in to basically chase off Jackie and get in Penta's face, talking about how they took out Rey Mysterio and he's injured and can't be in the gauntlet next week. You get Dragon Lee, who first comes in to even the odds against Ethan Page and Rusev, but they says that they'll take care of them like they did their little buddy, Rey Mysterio. But then Chad Gable also steps in to even the odds, and he suggests he and Dragon Lee face Ethan and Rusev later tonight, and they all agree, and we get Penta, who tells them to go out and show zero metal before embracing both men.
Yay.
Any thoughts on the number one contenders gauntlet or this interaction to set up the match for later tonight?
No, it's a giant clusterfuck. I don't care about clusterfucks.
How's it a clusterfuck?
It's like 9 motherfuckers going for this fucking Intercontinental Championship. They don't even have 9 people in the fucking world title picture.
It's highly pursued.
Sure.
Not everybody can be a main eventer. Anybody can be an
Intercontinental. And then we're about to see Ethan Page and Rusev tag team again, fighting against Dragon Lee again, and then we insert Chad Gable.
Sounds good to me.
Sure. Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
Happening. So, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Just got to deal with it, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, pretty much it's happening. So, you do whatever you want with it. I decided to go take a piss multiple times during this match.
We got Chuck Berries who says, "Damn, Top Guy, sounds like you are not interested in the Judgment Day." LOL.
Oh, it's not sounds like. I'm definitely not.
He was like, "Just so we're clear, no, I'm not." Glad to hear it. Then we get some championship action on this Championship Monday as Sol Ruca defends the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship against the Judgment Day's Raquel Rodriguez. Rodriguez didn't even get a televised ring entrance, which was
as
fun.
She should not have.
Rodriguez powered Ruca down, got multiple pin attempts. Ruca dove into Rodriguez's arms and then got driven face first into the turnbuckles. We get them fighting on the outside where Ruca hits a springboard twisting body press onto the floor. That gets a reaction from the crowd that was very quiet in the early goings here. You get after a commercial break, Ruca caught Rodriguez out of the corner with a sunset flip. She did a springboard off the ropes again for another near fall. Ruca flopped into the corner, then came off the middle ropes with a drop kick. Ruca then hit Rodriguez with a running knee and got a close near fall. We get later on in the matchup, Ruca has some momentum. We get Roxanne Perez, who shows up and makes her way down to the ring after Rodriguez folded Ruca up and got a near fall. We get Liv Morgan after Perez gets on the apron to distract the referee. We get Liv Morgan, who trips up Ruca as he tries to go for the Soul Snatcher. Rodriguez then dropped Ruca with a side slam for a near fall. Then we get Io Sky, who comes popping up out of the crowd and does a big crossbody off the barricade onto Perez. She then gets the better of Liv, hitting her with a Shote palm strike to the chin. She then gets on the apron. Rodriguez gets her attention onto Io, who looks like she's going to do a springboard to the inside, but instead does an acai moonsault onto Morgan and Perez. This was enough of the distraction for Sol to get the time to hit the Soul Snatcher. 1, 2, 3. Sol Ruca retains the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship, while Io gets a measure of revenge on the Judgment Day for last week. This match was not good either. Sheesh. I mean, I thought I liked this episode a lot more than I did, but I did not like the first segment all too much and did not like this match all too much because Sol Ruca was off her game. For all the people that have been putting the spotlight on the fact that Sol Ruca has been making more mistakes than she did during her NXT run on the main roster, this is just supporting their argument here because this was not her best effort. Raquel is solid for what she does, but neither one of these ladies can lead. And I think that was the issue here.
I am not I'm gonna sit here and let you or anyone salt Sol Ruca's name by being in a match with a certified bum. I am not letting y'all do that. We all know why this match wasn't good. Who the fuck was in it? We ain't playing this game.
It takes two to tango, bro.
No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. No. Raquel is basically Sol Ruca had a bad match with a broomstick. You know when you say, "Oh, you can have a 5-star classic with a broomstick"? Apparently, Sol Ruca cannot have a classic with a broomstick.
No, that's her fault. She needs to learn how to have classics with broomsticks.
Why this match was the way it was.
So Ruca needs to practice having better matches with broomsticks. That's what I'm hearing. No.
So we're not. No. Fuck out of here. Like, hell no. Like, this whole match was Raquel's fault.
Can't blame it all on one person. Takes two to tango.
Yes, the fuck I can. Just like how we blame every bad match on solos. Solo can't have a good match.
I've seen Solo have good matches.
Yeah, we've seen it. But we've seen also bad main events from him as well. But this ain't about Solo. This is about somebody that is on the certified bum list. We ain't doing that. No. Miss me with that bullshit. This match is all Raquel's fault.
Yeah, I tried for the Raquel fans out there. I tried, y'all.
Now, does Sol need to improve? Of course she does. But you ain't improving with Raquel. You ain't, no. Yo, we almost witnessed Stephanie Vaquer get nuked to mediocre status because of Raquel Rodriguez. And that's who you're going to pair up with somebody new on the roster? Yeah, that's not a bad idea, fam, right? No, it's a terrible idea.
Sol did have stinkers with Becky as well.
Listen. We all knew Becky was on her way out for a while. Becky had a good match or two with like one of the two was pretty good. The first match was not good. Second one was a little bit better. Becky was focused on her vacation. Becky was like, man, here, take this championship. I'm getting out of here for a little while. I need a break. You do what you do. So right now, Sol Ruca doesn't have a leader in the ring to really help carry her through these matches. There really isn't one. Besides, like, the Io Skies. Besides, like, the Rhea Ripleys. She would be probably better served on SmackDown with the women that's on SmackDown. Because SmackDown actually has a few veterans on SmackDown. I'm just saying. Like, I don't know, man. I just can't fathom Sol Ruca being the carrier of these matches with this mid-card group of people. Like, there's really no one on the roster that you got. Maybe Sol needs to get linked up with somebody like Lyra Valkyria. Like, I think that would be a really, really good match between those two, because Lyra can carry a match. Bayley can probably carry a match as well. But apparently, they're feuding with each other, so they're occupied. So you got everybody else from the Judgment Day. What about the better wrestler in the fucking Judgment Day group? What about Roxanne Perez? What about Roxanne Perez? Why the fuck can't they mix it up? They literally have history. But no, we stick her with the worst wrestler in the group and expect good things. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping.
I love that you stay 10 toes down on your opinion.
Oh, I'm 10 toes down. I'm fucking on all. You know what? I'm major pause for this, but I'm on fours for that. Like fuck, like no, you're not gonna sit here for months, convincing me that Raquel is a bum. And then I finally see the light, and then she's the one that has the bad match with Sol Ruca, and y'all gonna tell me it's Sol's fault?
I'm not telling you anything, sir.
Me with that bullshit.
But up
Which
next,
one y'all gonna pick?
What?
Which side are y'all gonna pick? Is Raquel good or is she a bum? Which one is it?
Oh, I've said this multiple times before. She's a bum. I just didn't think that Sol Ruca was good in this matchup.
Well, you can't be good when you fucking fighting slot.
You can still be good. Stephanie McCare, despite not having a ton of good matches against Raquel and facing her 100 times, I would never say that she was bad in those matches. I can say that Sol was bad last night.
Because Stephanie McCare is a ring leader. Sol Ruca is not a ring leader. She's too
so
fresh.
that doesn't excuse her from any criticism.
I blame the WWE and everybody that does fucking booking that decided to put a bum with someone that can't lead a match, and then just basically y'all niggas just try to expose her. And this is y'all talent. What the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, Liv had a good match with Sol on the Raw after WrestleMania.
I'm done with y'all. I'm done with y'all.
We got
Y'all ain't convincing me otherwise. I don't give a fuck what any of y'all say.
I think they were agreeing with you. Liv got a good match.
You over here trying to bring up other people.
You know this because you said Judgment Day members.
I know. I said Roxanne Perez. Fuck Liv Morgan.
But
Liv had a great. You just want to hear that fucking theme song.
Liv had a very good match with her. You said it yourself.
It took two to tango, right? So one did well, the other did well too. So now when one is
now it takes two to tango. Now it takes two to tango. Got it.
So Sol was fighting alone, basically. And she wasn't that great. So Sol was fighting a broomstick. Sol can't wrestle a broomstick.
God bless you. God bless you, sir. God bless you. We get up next. Paul Heyman is already in the ring when we come after we see a highlight package of what went down last week between Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman is in the ring to speak on behalf of Brock Lesnar, and Heyman talks about the pain that Femi felt after getting kicked low by Lesnar. But that pain will be nothing compared to the pain that he feels in Hell In A Cell at SummerSlam. Femi has unleashed the beast in Brock Lesnar, and Oba Femi is not coming out of the cell. Brock Lesnar will destroy Oba Femi inside Hell In A Cell. Heyman threw down the mic and started to leave, but then the lights drop. Boom. do 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 do
Ooh,
dun dun
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 ooh.
dun 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 dun
Oba,
dun dun
Oba,
dun
Oba,
dun dun
Oba,
dun dun
Oba,
dun
Oba.
dun dun dun.
He was tired of hearing this bug talk because his promo was trash.
Femi marched down to the ring. Heyman stayed in the ring, but in a corner, which I would have got out of there. He says to Heyman that you love to talk so much, don't you? Heyman laid it out for Femi. He says that Femi, he said he'll talk fast, and he says, you know what Brock said last week, talk shit, get hit. Well, he will talk fast. Femi proved at WrestleMania that Brock Lesnar was beatable. He'll give him that. And in Italy, Brock proved that Femi was beatable. So at SummerSlam, they figure out who is really unbeatable while the crowd chants, Oba, Oba,
Talking about
Oba. Heyman ran down Brock Lesnar's resume in the cell, saying that he beat The Undertaker not once, but twice inside Hell in a Cell. And The Undertaker invented Hell in a Cell. So you might as well call it the Brocktagon. Brock Lesnar is going to remain unbeatable, and the beatable one will be Oba Femi. Oba says that he knows that he got under Brock's skin by calling him out and calling him every name under the sun for weeks. He knows that because Brock got upset last week. He knows that because Brock watches the show. He said he's so cute, he tries to act like he doesn't watch the show. And Heyman has been writing checks for Brock that he probably can't even cash. Lesnar's not even an advocate anymore. He has been reduced to a mouth. Oba Femi says that this is the final chapter. Oba versus Brock at Hell in a Cell at SummerSlam. Femi will beat Brock Lesnar in front of his family, in front of his friends, his wife. I will beat that man in front of his children. Femi now knows you have walked through hell to get to heaven, as the saying says. And at SummerSlam, he will see Brock in hell. Good promo by Oba. Paul Heyman had no material whatsoever, and he showed how flimsy the story really is between Oba and Brock in the eyes of the creative team. In the eyes of the creative team, it's unbeatable monster versus unbeatable monster. Who is really the unbeatable monster? That's the whole story that they are trying to tell. Whereas since this whole thing started in March, there's the element of Oba taking the torch from Brock as the unbeatable monster, yes. But there's also the element of Oba beat Brock so dominantly at WrestleMania that Brock Lesnar thought that he needed to retire. He had beat him so bad that he questioned going on with his career. That level of pride and dignity got stripped away from Brock, which made Brock come back after a month later after WrestleMania and made him basically attack Oba before the matchup to finally get the win on him. But that wasn't even good enough because that didn't shut up Oba. Oba still talks shit about him. Oba still wants to claim that head on his mantle of the guy that he retired at WrestleMania. But Brock is still around, and now Brock has a win over him. There's so many story beats that they've told in the last 3 months, and they just stripped it away and just said unbeatable monster versus unbeatable monster. This was a very uninspired effort by Paul Heyman to sell the Hell in a Cell matchup. I thought Oba did a better job, but overall the segment is kind of somewhere in the middle because Oba and Paul Heyman were not on the same page here. What did you think?
Yeah, this to me was one of Paul Heyman's worst promos. Like this was just bad. Like bad, boring, uninspiring, thoughtless. And thoughtless comes to mind for me because how are you going to sell to someone? Oba Femi proved that Brock Lesnar's beatable. Brock Lesnar proved that Oba Femi's beatable. They're going to have a battle to determine who's unbeatable. The fuck? They've both proven that they're beatable. But now we're going to prove who's unbeatable? We're not 5. Like, you literally just said that both men are beatable. And now you're going to determine who's the monster that's unbeatable? Dude, just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Because you're lost. You're lost in the sauce. Like, because nothing you're saying now is going to hit home with me because you just literally said a dumb, loud line to the public and you just lost me. You lost me. Like I'm done. Like I'm done. And then you want to refer to dumb lines like what like he owned the cell and it's the Brock the guy. Yeah, that bullshit. Like what the fuck? Like his promo and shit was so bad. It made me depreciate Oba's. Because Oba's was fine. Because Oba is talking about who he's literally fighting.
Yeah, like, that's why I said I didn't say Oba was great or anything. I'm just saying he was just good. It was good. But I agree. He wasn't so great that it counterbalanced Heyman being that bad. That's why I said the segment overall was somewhere in the middle.
Fine, but it wasn't enough to save this monstrosity that Paul Heyman spewed out. And it was too long. It was too long.
And that's been the key to the 2 segments that we talked about already that really did not go as well as they hoped with the Seth promo and this promo. Both guys just went way too long.
Yeah, and it was just like the difference between Seth and Paul is that I'm used to that bullshit from Seth. So I wasn't disappointed. I was disappointed with this Paul Heyman promo. Like, I was flat out disappointed with this because this was bad. And I'm not used to hearing Paul Heyman be just bad. I'm used to hearing Seth being bad. So that was numb for me. I didn't care about it too much. But Paul strikes me in a different way of feelings. Like I like to feel like these Paul Heyman promos. And this one was lifeless, thoughtless, and uninspiring. So, unfortunately, it was at the expense of Oba coming out trying to save it, but Oba didn't have enough to work with to save it because what Paul said prior wasn't enough fuel to really feed something to Oba to really counterpart.
Agreed. So at this point, I think we got the Sami Zayn. He was backstage with Jackie Redmond. She interviewed the undisputed WWE champion about everything that's gone down earlier in the show, and she basically informs him that that Cody Rhodes is not medically cleared to compete tonight. And you see Sammy, he's got this shit eating grin, which is he's like,
yo, he was so happy.
he was like, you know what? I think that this is just fate. This is destiny. He was like, I don't think I was supposed to be I don't know why I'm defending the WWE Championship on Monday Night Raw to begin with. So it's all right. We could take care of all of this on Friday. So everything will be all right. I could have the night off, enjoy myself. But then Adam Pearce comes in and he says that, oh, Sammy, do you know where we're at? And he was like, Chicago. He's like, yeah. And he promised Chicago a title defense, and that's exactly what they're going to get. They're going to get one tonight. It's official. So Sammy thought that he was going to have the night off, and then it got taken away from him.
Damn, bro, that nigga Sammy, all he asked for was an extra 4 days with the belt.
That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted. He was willing to defend it. He was willing to defend it against Cody tonight. He was willing to defend it on Friday. He can never.
He just wanted to hit double-digit days.
He can never catch it.
That's all he wanted. Fucking assholes.
He just wanted to make it to 300 hours.
Yeah, come on. Hours. He would have hit 300 hours with this run.
300 hours, man.
That's all he wanted.
Damn. King Potato saying Heyman washed. We've been kind of debating that for a year now?
I wouldn't say wash. I would just say it could, like, when it's the same mix, it can just get tiring. Like it's the same rebuttal. Like when he has the same rebuttal, like, because usually the first 1 to 2 deliveries is really powerful and really good. But when you hear it again, it's like, nah, bro. Nah. And then you don't got much back history on Oba Femi. You don't really have much to talk about Oba Femi's history. And this is literally like Oba's only major opponent. So there's nothing really for Paul to work with. So 1 to 2 promos at max is what he would have needed to build this thing up, not hitting that 4, 5, 6 level.
I would say Paul Heyman has lost his fastball. If you're talking about basketball, Paul Heyman has lost his athleticism. If you're talking about football, Paul Heyman has lost his arm. Like that he's at that status. I won't say he's washed, but he's getting closer to that than his prime.
He's closer to the end than he is in his prime. Yes, that mean that. But and it's also obviously he must know what's coming. So that also is, it's all mental too. Like he says it himself, like it's a stage. Like he knows what's coming, but he now has to kind of like deliver it in the best way possible for him. He knows Brock is going down. Like he knows Brock is going down at SummerSlam. So it's like he's gonna do his best to try to make you think otherwise. But it's like, this is more than the fucking writings on the wall. This shit isn't fucking marker, ink, paint. Like there's not a soul that believes that Brock Lesnar's winning this match. There's not a soul that believes that.
Yeah.
So he's up against that mental game too, of trying to convince people otherwise when we all believe, however many people's in this chat, however many people is watching afterwards, no one believes Brock Lesnar is winning the Hell in a Cell match. No one.
This is true. I just feel like Paul Heyman, he ain't Celtic Shaq, but he definitely ain't the Los Angeles Lakers Shaq. And I think that the run
is
was
he like Phoenix Shaq?
Exactly.
He's like
the
Phoenix
Phoenix. He's Phoenix Suns Jack. These are the
He'll
last
have that.
years.
He'll have that 4-point game, 2 rebound night, and then the next like 2 nights after he's rested and well, he'll have
a
23 and 13 with 2 blocks. He'd be like, "Where the fuck that come from?"
He is that. Yeah, like I was thinking about it in my head. In my head, it would go Shaq in college is Heyman with the Dangerous Alliance. Shaq in Orlando is Heyman in ECW. Shaq in Los Angeles is part Heyman with Brock Lesnar into the whole entire Bloodline run. And then Shaq in Miami is probably the Vision and Seth Rollins run. And now we're in the Phoenix Suns run.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. That is wild. That is wild that you actually, you know what? Shout to you for that. To actually think of Shaq, yeah, because the Shaq Phoenix is like perfect.
he got somebody. Sometimes he'll be like, "Oh man, he still got it," and then you'll be like,
when he
"Oh,
left Miami and went there because Miami assumed that he was done, and then he had nights where that motherfucker was sprinting and running down the court like hard, showing people he was still inspired, and he would be busting ass that night. Very next day, 6 points, 3 boards, 12 minutes.
That's exactly.
And I remember that shit too vividly because I had him on my fantasy team, and he was the
that's the worst
annoying start ever because it's like you couldn't bench him, so it's like you just had to deal with the results, whatever they were.
Yeah.
Because it was year one after Miami.
It's
so
true.
it was not like, he's like 12 years out. No, this was the first year after Miami. So you still saw something there, but it was like, damn, you see it fading.
Yeah. And Etika said, nah, at least Miami Shaq got a ring. Not sure where the Vision is at, LOL. Etika, didn't Seth Rollins win the World Heavyweight Championship last year at SummerSlam?
Sure did. He has 1 championship.
That's 1 championship.
SP doesn't do this without thinking. He doesn't make those announcements.
Exactly.
He doesn't.
I thought about everything
without thinking about it. Especially to say it out loud. Especially to say it out loud. So that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
But yes, then we go into some tag team action. Ethan Page teaming up with Rusev to verse Chad Gable. Gable! Oh my god, it's so mid-card.
Keep on running!
Hearing the Chicago crowd not react to it is the worst. The heels immediately jump the faces before the bell. We get the fans who start chanting Rusev Day out of nowhere. He starts hitting a series of suplexes on Dragon Lee. We go to commercial break, and when we come back, Michael Cole says that the heels have been dominating during the 3-minute break. Rusev leveled Gable with a series of short arm clotheslines. Gable fought his way out of the heel corner, but Rusev caught him before he could get the tag, and Gable rocked Rusev with a DDT and finally got the tag. We get Lee, who comes in. He hits a sliding drop kick. He caught Page with a tornado DDT. Lee hung Page up in the corner and hits him with the double stomp out of the Tree of Woe. Rusev gets the tag, and he and Page hit suplex at the same time, but Gable made the save as he saves Dragon Lee from going down. He hit Page with an angle slam. Rusev caught Gable with a Mashka kick. Lee caught Rusev with a German suplex. He goes for a dive on Rusev, who catches him and plants him with the Uranagi. He then hits him with the Mashka kick and then follows up with the accolade to get the tap out victory. Rusev and Ethan Page pick up some momentum heading into the gauntlet match next week. Pretty decent matchup here. After the matchup, though, we get Rusev, who refuses to release the hold until Gable comes from behind and grabs him. He looks like he's going to hit him with the delayed German suplex, but Page jumps Gable from behind. Rusev then applies the accolade to Gable now as Ethan Page is punching on Gable's skull. And then the music of say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Not.
He comes down to make the save. He is fighting back against the heels before he tries to go for the standing ovation. And then Rusev catches him with a Mashka kick as well. The 2-on-1 assault continues on Hendry as Ethan Page hits the Eagles Flex. And then Rusev applies the accolade to Hendry as well. And we get the referees and officials who come down to separate the Bulgarian Brute from Hendry. A good angle if you're trying to get heat on Rusev and Ethan Page heading into the gauntlet match. Why? I don't know why, but that's the choice they made. During an ad break, we get Rusev and Ethan Page, who were funny. I will give them that. They are making for a funny pair, especially Rusev. I have to give Rusev credit where credit is due. It's really clear to me that Rusev has stopped giving a fuck. And when Rusev stops giving a fuck and stops trying to be serious Bulgarian Brute who's going to be a main event level monster heel and just be Rusev, who's just naturally funny, and when he doesn't give a fuck and he's not trying to be serious, and he's been much more entertaining the last couple of weeks to me, especially with his Bangarang. JJ, what did you think about Rusev and Page versus Gable and Dragon Lee in the post-match with Joe Hendry?
Match wasn't bad, but the wrong people won. Like, what's the deal with this? Giving Rusev like this one temporary win and one big week just to literally fall the next. Like, if you're gonna fucking do it, do it. Stop being pussies about it. If you want to fucking put the IC title on Rusev, fucking just do it.
They don't want to do
Stop
that.
being bitches. Like, if y'all see something in the man, fucking do something.
I don't think they want to do that.
Stop with this 1 week bullshit and making it seem like he matters when everyone knows he don't. We all know no one cares about this man, and no one is going to believe anything that comes out of his mouth because y'all don't care about that man. Y'all have proven that for about a year and change now, almost a year and a half we're approaching. Change our minds. Put the IC title on Rusev and show us that you give a fuck.
Ooh. You would give that a chance?
If they're going to be giving him random wins against people like Chad Gable, who is on the fucking precipice of mid-card stardom, which he's right fucking there, but they, for some reason, don't want to pull the trigger on that either. It's like they got a gun full of empty bullets, and they're just shooting them all because they know it's going to hit no one. And then all of this shit happens, all of this intertwined shit happens, and all these pairings take place. And then you're just going to keep the title on Penta, which I ain't mad at either. But at least give us the threat of Dragon Lee and Chad Gable winning matches and getting a little bit of momentum for that. But no, we're going to go 50-50 booking, and no one is going to win because Penta is going to retain after all of this shit takes place. 'Cause, 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 'cause
Agreed.
It's just a mess. It's a mess. That's why I hate convoluted fucking 8-9 person fucking pack messes. Like, if you're gonna do all of this, just fucking put the title on Rusev. Have Ethan Page turn on Rusev, because clearly y'all want the crowd to cheer for Rusev because y'all giving him this freedom to do all of this shit.
No, I don't think they want the crowd to cheer Rusev.
Rusev would not be acting like that if he didn't want the fucking people to react.
They're not. He's doing all of this and they're not cheering for him. He knows what he's doing.
Because no one cares. So why give him W's? If you're gonna give him
W's, because you need to get some heat on the heels going into this gauntlet matchup.
So why not Ethan Page win the match?
Because Rusev has to have some credibility in this whole thing.
Why? He's gone 15 months without any.
No, he's gotten some wins along the way. He beat Sheamus a year ago.
Wow. The guy that they're not re-signing. Cool. I love how this is all making sense.
Fire finisher saying women love Rusev. I just think he's a corny loss. And doesn't know what the fuck to do or how to act, but women love him because he's funny. He's naturally funny.
I'm saying the only reason why people love him is because he's not available.
That's also true.
If him and CJ and him and Lana, however y'all know her, if it's like, and no one's wishing this because Rusev won in life.
Yeah,
we're talking about wrestling. But if something happened with like that, you're gonna see women flocking for him. They only flocking with him because he's fucking taken. It's a fucking psychology. It's a fucking psychology that will never fucking go away.
Might be onto something there. We do have a super chat donation I forgot to read earlier. Thank you so much. Chuck Berries. Chuck Berry says, know that I'm thinking way too far ahead. But could y'all imagine this Survivor Series match? Bloodline 2.0 versus Solo, Knight, Royce, and Seth? That second team fucking sucks.
It would be interesting to see how that would come together, though.
Yeah, that would make some interesting.
Because Knight don't like anybody bloodline related. Knight don't fuck with Seth. Seth don't fuck with Solo, and Royce
don't fuck with Knight,
and Seth don't fuck with Knight. Royce don't really fuck with any of these niggas besides Jacob. So, how would be my question?
That's definitely going to produce some drama. So you're right up WWE's alley there. You might be onto something. Maybe we get that.
Well, Bloodline is definitely going to be in the fucking war game.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
who they're
no
fighting.
doubt. Yeah, no doubt about that.
So he might be on to something there.
Yeah. Then we get, speaking of the Bloodline, y'all knew what was coming. Jimmy Uso here. Jimmy Uso is asked by Jackie Redmond about his attack on LA Knight earlier in the show. Jimmy says that he is ready to step up for the Bloodline. LA Knight ran his mouth about his family, and he learned the same lesson he's going to teach to Solo Sikoa, because he's heading to Friday Night SmackDown. LA Knight ran out to get even with Jimmy, but Jacob Fatu saw him coming, and he jumps freaking Knight and throws him into a wall. And he basically, I didn't hear the final line that he said, but he basically left with Jimmy after this. What did you think?
More dumb babyface shit.
He couldn't.
These motherfuckers do not roll alone.
He couldn't see the big motherfucker wearing all red.
How do you not know that these cats don't roll alone? So you thought you was gonna go catch one? You thought you was gonna go catch one, go get your lick back?
Yep.
And nobody would be lurking? Yeah, more dumb babyface shit.
He loves wearing this blood fits.
Oh yeah, his closet, you can shit is all black and red.
You know it. Then we get a vignette, a pre-recorded vignette from Bayley. Bayley says that she is heartbroken over what went down with Lyra Valkyria. She says that Lyra was the one who kept Bayley level-headed during one of the toughest years of her career. She stood by her side through thick and thin, even through going back to WrestleMania this year. Bayley will give Lyra one chance to show that she's not like everyone else. She says to meet her in the ring next week in Dallas, Texas. Also, next week in Dallas, Texas, we talked about it earlier, number one contenders gauntlet match. The winner faces Penta for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam. Dragon Lee, Chad Gable, Joe Hendry, Javon Evans, Dominic Mysterio, Ethan Page, and Rusev. Also next week in Dallas, Brock Lesnar makes his return, and we're probably going to see a confrontation with Oba Femi. Io Sky will go one-on-one with Roxanne Perez of the Judgment Day. And of course, you know what time it is. It's time for a Roman Reigns return graphic, because Roman Reigns will be in Dallas, Texas next week as well. Any thoughts on the Bayley vignette?
Just sad.
What, sad for the storyline or sad for Bayley?
Sad for Bayley. Like, they've turned her character so many times, and this version is just making her look so dumb. Like, it... Yo, she fucked you up, shorty. Like, she fucked you up. And now you want to have a chat about it as to why?
I just need you to explain.
Like, the setup, the material that these assholes are giving her, it's sad. It's just sad because she's just gonna do it. Like, this was bad. It was bad.
I liked it more than you.
No, I hated it. I hated it. Like, that was garbage. Like, yeah, like, you've been through some shit. And you very, very eloquently said why you feel the way you feel. It doesn't make what you want out of this less stupid. Yeah, this was bad. This was bad.
We get a couple of ad break segments I was going to bring up here. Javon Evans, after the gauntlet match was announced, he gives his thoughts on the gauntlet match, saying that he has stepped up in big opportunities. He stepped up when he faced Jey Uso. He stepped up when he faced Seth Rollins in the King of the Ring. Now he gets to step up again and prove himself to be the number one contender. And he told Penta that he was coming back after his title, and he gets to prove that next week when he moves on to SummerSlam in Minneapolis. We also heard from the Judgment Day following their interaction. Raquel Rodriguez lost against Sol Ruca earlier in the show. Rodriguez says that she's still going after the title. Liv Morgan says that Io Sky is going to pay for what she did. But then it was Roxanne Perez who says that she challenges Io for a matchup next week. And like I said earlier, that was made official.
All right. So you send Roxanne to go lose to Io.
You don't know that.
This is ridiculous, yo. This is so ridiculous. You get a bum to fight Sol Ruca when you got the better wrestler there, right there right there for the fucking taking. Why couldn't you just send Raquel to lose to Sol Ruca? I mean, to EO's guy. Why couldn't you just send Raquel to lose to EO?
Wouldn't dare
and
do
have
that.
a better match between Sol Ruca and Roxanne Perez.
Would have been nice. I think Io Sky and Roxanne's gonna be a great match.
It will be. It will be much better. It will be a much better match to talk about. Unfortunately, we will know for sure that Io Sky is winning.
This is also true. Also true. Speaking of more Judgment Day, so JJ can get more yawns out. JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio had a pre-recorded promo where they talk about Danhausen and taking his Knicks jersey. JD says he's gonna smack around Danhausen all over Madison Square Garden, and it doesn't matter who is in his corner, who he's gonna come with, because the Judgment Day will still be on top. And then final backstage segment before we got to the main event. Adam Pearce is still busy on the phone trying to find a replacement for Cody Rhodes when SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis shows up. He says he knows while Pearce was leaving people voicemails that went unanswered, he secured a replacement for the main event, and he says that he is in the building and ready for tonight. As soon as he said that, loud CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk chants could be heard from the Allstate Arena crowd.
Yep.
Everyone knew what was going down here.
The suspended, Nick Aldis is doing Adam Pearce's job. Cool.
Now, I do have to ask this question because this was an interesting one that Jeremy asked me. Why didn't anyone who were there at Raw come up to Adam Pearce to replace Cody Rhodes against Sami Zayn?
You had a bunch of people during the ad breaks.
Yeah, no one even mentioned that there's a free WWE title. Yeah. So that would have been a cool way to create some more intrigue instead of just going for the person that it basically was like telephone in the building that CM Punk was returning on the show, so they assumed that it was him. They could have added more intrigue and making it seem like they had a whole bunch of different options.
No, Adam Pearce has an entire roster, but he couldn't find no one.
Yeah. Nick Aldis has an entire roster. He decided to take a Raw guy.
or certain somebody just ignored Adam's call and picked up Nick's call.
Might be true. Might be right.
They don't fuck with Adam.
Adam Pearce is not likable. That is true.
Yeah, Adam's a bitch. They see that Nick is a real one, so they like, yo, yeah, you know what? I'll answer the phone. At least I'm picking up the phone to somebody that's not a pussy.
I did think that as well, King Greg, about when JD hits the light in the promo, that shit is just swinging back and forth for the rest of the promo.
I didn't pay attention to any of that.
I was like, he didn't plan on that. Hey, I'm here. I'm supposed to tell y'all about the show we watch. I cannot acknowledge the fact that my co-host here does not.
Chuck, he could have skipped this shit. He knows what he's doing.
Couldn't dare. Let's talk about the main event though. It's time for Sami Zayn's first title defense as the WWE Champion. Sami comes out to a very muted reaction from the fans. Cole tried to paint Sami sounding like a whiner for complaining that he's got to defend the championship against someone he doesn't know. Zayn stood in the ring as the fans started chanting CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. So, of course, we go backstage and the garage door opens slowly And it is none other than the man, the myth, the legend, CM Punk. No better person to take this title match in his hometown of Chicago than the Punker. Cole says that Sami Zayn appears shocked while the camera panned over to Zayn, who looked emotionless. So that was funny. Graves said that Punk was the last person Zayn was expecting, which sounds dumb as fuck since the crowd was chanting CM Punk the entire show. The bell rang and the crowd started chanting Punk some more. The atmosphere was absolutely molten hot in Chicago. They were starting this one a little bit slow, but you knew they were going to have some time on their hands. You get Punk, who hits a big shoulder block. Punk backed Zayn into the corner, hits him with a big chop. Should mention, Punk looked absolutely shredded. Probably the best in-ring shape of CM Punk's entire career.
Dude is jacked, bro.
Zayn was driving elbows down into Punk's head. Zayn drove a knee into Punk's head and then came off the middle rope with a double axe handle, got a near fall. You get Punk, who comes back. He hits him with a neck breaker, gets a near fall. He tries to go for the GTS, but Zayn escapes it. He tries to go for the Blue Thunder Bomb, but Punk lays in elbows. Then he gets a clothesline, and he gets the Pepsi twist, and we get a near fall. The crowd started chanting for Punk as he went to the top rope, but Zayn crotches him. Zayn follows up with the superplex, and we get the double down by both men. Both men started exchanging punches. Punk goes for the GTS, but Zayn escapes. He goes for the Blue Thunder Bomb again, but Punk blocks it. He catches him with the kick. Punk caught Zayn with the knee in the corner. He goes for the Blue Thunder Bomb, but Zayn reverses that, and he bodies him up for the Blue Thunder Bomb, and he gets a near fall. We get Zayn with the Exploder, but Punk fought out of the corner with some knees. Punk then hit a bulldog out of the corner. He goes to the top rope. He hits the top rope elbow drop. He goes for the cover, but Zayn kicks out. Punk then applies the Anaconda Vice. Zayn teases tapping out, but then eventually breaks it with the head scissors. We get Punk who goes for the sharpshooter, but Zayn gets out of that with up kicks to the skull. We get Punk, who goes for the GTS yet again, but Zayn is able to counter that. He gets the same cradle that he beat Cody with to win the title, but Punk kicks out at 2.5. Both men look absolutely gassed, and it's great selling from both of them. You get Zayn, who hits a GTS after reversing Punk's go to sleep. He gets a near fall. Punk stumbled in the corner. Zayn charged for the Aluva kick, but Punk caught Zayn with an exploder in the corner himself. He goes for the Aluva kick, but Zayn catches him, hits another go to sleep, and then follows up with another Blue Thunder Bomb, but Punk kicks out at 2.5. The crowd is going absolutely crazy. They're chanting for Punk now. Zayn slaps Punk across the face. He then gives him a headbutt. He's talking trash as the crowd is booing him loudly. We get Zayn, who started unloading with slaps and punches. Punk got up to his feet and finally started fighting back himself with some chops and punches. Punk then hit another running knee in the corner. He dodged an Aluva kick, and then he hit Zayn with an Aluva kick of his own. He follows the Aluva kick with finally hitting the go to sleep after it's been reversed like 5 or 6 different times in the matchup. 1, 2, 3. All he needed was 1. CM Punk is your new undisputed WWE champion, and an absolute banger. These two men went out there like two pros and worked a long kind of like epic, a very like escalating of drama and emotion, and the selling was great. The storytelling was impeccable by both men. Sami Zayn is in career form. Between this match and the Night of Champions match, he's put on 2 absolute of the best matches from WWE this year so far. But it is CM Punk who can say that he's probably had the best overall main roster match of the year with him and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and then probably had one of the best TV matches of the year against Sami Zayn here, as he is now an 8-time WWE World Champion, 8 reigns as world champion for CM Punk in WWE. Of course, the Chicago fans were going wild. We get some callbacks to the Money in the Bank title win from 15 years ago now, as Punk goes into the crowd and goes and celebrates with the Chicago fans as he is making his way over to Friday nights on SmackDown. Meanwhile, you also get, after the show went off the air and on social media, Punk took to his socials and posted an infamous callback as he has put the WWE Championship back in his refrigerator. What did you think about CM Punk versus Sami Zayn and the decision to take the title off of Zayn after 9 days as champion? You're muted.
First off, this match was fucking awesome. Let's get that. Let's get the really good stuff out. Like, this match was really incredible. Both men worked really well. CM Punk was fucking jacked, bro. Like, CM Punk, hopefully it's good muscles. Hopefully.
PED Punk. HGH Punk.
Yeah, this match was phenomenal. It was definitely a good thing to not see Cody Rhodes in this match. But then, yeah, I do like all the callbacks, especially for the Money in the Bank callback when he blew the title goodbye, when he blew into the camera and all of that shit, left through the people. Very, very, just deja vu of what he did in 2011. But damn, dog. 9 days. Yeah. They gave that nigga a Miz championship run, bro.
Yeah. It's the shortest run since Miz in 2021.
I know. That's the company he keeps. And at least that was the Miz's second championship run. This was Sami Zayn's first.
Yeah.
So his first, the only memory that he has with this title is putting that shit on a swing and swinging it next to his son.
Yep.
No successful defenses. No rivalries. One great match that he lost in.
Yeah, the great match that he won it in, too.
He didn't even make it back to his own show.
He did. He was on SmackDown this week.
2 hours later. And 2 hours later. Big Four. You ain't a part of that. You ain't it, bruh.
The symbol of excellence.
You can put them wherever you want to put them on your hand, but that is what the WWE is about. If you don't know who they are, I mean, you should know who they are. They're all main events in SummerSlam. So, it's just the road that you gotta go, and you gotta just either you're gonna accept it and just keep watching it, or you're gonna be like, I can't deal with it. So it's your choice. I just wish that he would have been able to have at least a successful defense with it. At least have one program with it. But that doesn't look like it's happening. So Yeah, just hope, just see if he's able to even stay in the picture. That's even going to be a question. Is he even going to be able to stay in the picture? And all they did with this 9-day run is prove all of these idiots, ex-wrestlers, all of these people right. He just proved them right. Even though it's bullshit. It's all bullshit because the theory is dead. It's been dead. But when you decide to give somebody a 9-day championship run and then say after that 9th day you're going to lose the title, this is not like UFC. This isn't like a place where you're going to a boxing match and you could lose your title on the first try. They could have kept this championship on Sami Zayn if they wanted to. Clearly,
that would have been the more interesting route as well.
Clearly, they didn't want to, which makes it worse.
Yeah.
Like, this was a predetermined 9 days. There's no excuse. There's no rationale for it.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't have a bridge for his title to be defended, then why not just have him win the championship at Crown Jewel? And then
because the championship is not going to be defended at Crown Jewel.
Well, clearly, because the two champions are going to have to fight each other for a belt that you're only going to see once and never to be seen again. You don't even see the accessory that they carry. You don't even see the fucking ring that they receive. They fucking wear that shit for 1 week and then they put that shit in a fucking museum, never to be seen again.
Mm-hmm.
So it means nothing. What I'm saying about Crown, like, if you're going to fucking give him the championship, and you know SummerSlam is right on the horizon, and you know you have no intention of him defending that championship at SummerSlam, have him win it after SummerSlam so he can at least hold it for a month or two.
Well, the whole thing is this, apparently, according to the reports, this whole title change at Night of Champions was originally supposed to go down at WrestleMania next year. But apparently plans have changed for Mania next year, and they moved it up to here so they can get it in before they have to do, I guess, other stuff or more important stuff in their mind. They wanted to get this out the way, and they definitely did get this out the way.
That's literally, that doesn't make it any better. Like, if you're gonna say we're gonna give you your moment and give you your flowers for everything that you've worked for and everything that you've done, and it's literally like it's not even 2 pay cycles.
No.
It's not even 2 pay cycles. Like, you ain't even getting a full check as champion. Like, you're not even getting a full check, bro. Like, you got an advance, and they said, yeah, you're not holding it that long to be adding that to your salary. This shit is just...
I'm of 2 minds of this, because I do feel like CM Punk is excellent as the world champion. We saw that earlier this year on Monday Night Raw. So I think that he can hold it down. I'm very interested in the main event picture over on Friday Night SmackDown with him as champion, with the likes of Sami, Gunther, Cody, Drew, Randy coming after the title. You can have some guys who kind of rise up and can get like a fringe main event, like your Trick Williams, like your Carmelo Hayeses, hopefully the Ilya Dragunovs of the world. So I am of one mind where I'm like, I get where y'all were coming from. I get that it's Chicago. Y'all know y'all were going to create a big moment, a big surprise. That's all fine and dandy. The reason why this is not universally beloved is because Sami Zayn got done dirty. That's where it really comes down to. And the fact that we have wanted to see Sami Zayn be the world champion this long, and all we get is 9 days and a kind of a lame duck kind of title defense where everybody and their mama knew he was losing here. As soon as it was announced, most people thought, oh, he's probably losing in this title defense. So It was like you couldn't even get him a week and a half more so we can get the Saturday night's main event for him to lose the title? It had to be in Chicago. All right.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, it's. I would have rather been able to celebrate Punk's championship win more than talking about the disservice they did to Sami Zayn.
Yeah. And not to talk about this match. I think that the
match was fantastic.
Yeah, the match was absolutely tremendous. I would say that the only WWE matches this year that I would say is on this level or better than this matchup is Punk and Roman, El Grande Americano versus the original El Grande Americano, and probably the triple threat at Night of Champions. That's it.
It's a short list. And Sammy's on half of it.
He is. So is Punk.
I mean, Big Four's got to represent it some way.
Big Four, all those matches except for the El Grande's got the Big Four in it, though. Let's go. Big Four. Short King the GOAT. I agree with you. That is blasphemy. There was people when Sami won the title at Night of Champions, they immediately started comparing him and Darby Allin because I think most people knew the Sami name was gonna
in the garbage.
Was gonna be short, but like the Darby Allin set a new standard for the short title reign, while Sami Zayn just had every other short title reign that we've been seeing since the year 1996.
Well, yep, everybody can throw that theory in the trash. Because that's over.
Io and Asuka was great. I don't think it's in the top 5 though from WWE this year. I didn't even see it was like unanimous that was the best match on Backlash. To me, it wasn't. I thought that Roman and Jacob was better than that. But probably one of the better women's matches from WWE. Probably definitely the best male roster women's match this year, because hasn't been pretty for the main roster women's division as far as matches so far this year. King Potate saying, yeah, please throw Austin Theory in the trash. No problem. All right. We have made it to the end of another edition of Rated Raw Review. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know what time it is. It is time to give our ratings of the show. Let us know your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, your moment of the night. Whether you gave the show a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or a thumbs in the middle. And out of 10, what did you give last night's episode? For myself and Top Guy JJ, for the July 6, 2026 edition of Monday Night Raw on Netflix, in 3, 2, 1. I'm going slight. I'm only going slight, mainly because I did like the show-long narrative building up to the world title match, the CM Punk return. Yeah, it's probably thumbs in the middle. No, I'm gonna say thumb slight up. I'm gonna give it. I'm actually gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
No, that's fine. I'm not too far from you. I'm a 6.5.
Yeah. I'll give it the edge because I thought the whole build up and everything they did heading into the main event was really well done, and that was the big portion of the show, and I thought they executed that very well. How I feel about the result, I have to separate that from how everything went down on last night's show, and I thought that they executed that very well, so I have to give them credit. It was a good show in that regard. MVP for the show, JJ.
New world champion, CM Punk.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to argue against anyone but CM Punk at this moment. LVP for the show?
Footnote Braun, the YN.
Yeah, it's right.
Won a title, still got shitted on. Became the least important member of a faction when he's literally the best person in the faction.
Can't make this shit up, but it's true. It's true, yo. I can't believe this shit. But yeah, I would go with Braun Breaker, but thought someone else. 2 people were worse than him on this show. My LVP is both Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. They sucked. They sucked on the mic, and they got way too much time to talk on the mic as well. Moment of the night. I'm going to give it to the moment of the night to the CM Punk return and entrance. What you giving it to, JJ?
Honorable mention to Maxxine canceling all of Angelo Dawkins' future children.
Yes.
And the kiss to Austin Theory. But it's even though you knew it was coming, that shit was still kind of epic with CM Punk return.
Yeah. And then match of the night is obviously Punk and Zayn.
Yeah, it's
not even close.
Nothing's even close. And that
might be up there.
And that's literally the reason why it even got a 6.5 is because it had a good opening and a great closing. Everything else in the middle.
It was back-to-back weeks where the middle kind of dragged this episode down.
Yeah. And way too much Judgment Day. Way too much Judgment Day time.
A lot of Judgment Day on this show. A lot of Judgment Day. But we have made it to the end of another episode of Rated Raw Review. Thank you so much to all of you who watched us live. Thank you so much to everyone who's watching us on demand. And if you haven't already, drop the thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling family, friends, and fans. And of course, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. We always appreciate the support. And we got Will Chisholm with a super chat donation who says Jessa Wide gave him a warning shot. Pow!
Pow.
Had to blow out the smoke. Sorry about that. All right.
Jimmy Uso's shirt, by the way, his sweater was false advertisement because it was the Uso was in your city, not the Usos.
Pow! Fatu is a Uso. Is Us?
He's a Us. He's not an Uso.
You could be a Uso too. Jacob Uso.
Yeah. He ain't taking punk ass Jay's place.
All right, we made it to the end of another edition of Rated Raw Review. Thank you so much, Top Guy JJ. As always, let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they shall see you again.
On Instagram, you can find me at TrueHill_Top Guy JJ, and on the YouTube channel, I will be back here next Tuesday for Rated Raw Review, and that's another double dip for me for True Hill Heat, because I will be on the following, not this Saturday, but next Saturday's edition of True Hill Heat.
There we go. You'll be seeing Top Guy JJ twice on the flagship. Of course, here on Rated Raw Review, you'll be seeing me on Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time on AE Ramble, reviewing AEW Dynamite Beach Break this week with the big Kenny Omega MJF World Title matchup. We got True Hill Heat Flagship Podcast on Saturday, 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time. Myself, True Draw Josh, and Miss Chrissy Love. Follow me on the Twitter machine at True Hill SB3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Hill Heat. Patreon.com/True Hill Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The best way to support us when we're not live here. Check out all the great content we got on this channel, like the True Hill Heat Flagship Podcast from this past Saturday. Check out all the great stuff we got on True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment, like True Hill Heat Check, talking about the NBA offseason, LeBron leaving the Lakers, Kawhi to the Raptors, and Jalen Brown to the 76ers. And check out our X-Men 97 reviews for season 2 that started over the weekend for episodes 1, 2, and 3. That is up right now as well. Me and Top Guy JJ will be back with you next week at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time for Rated Raw Review, and I will see you all on Thursday. For Top Guy JJ, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been Rated Raw Review number 127. You never know when a championship opportunity is just going to fall out of the sky. For the July 6, 2026 edition of Monday Night Raw, we are signing off until next time.
Pretty cool homage and nod to Bret Hart with the gear. Cool. Good stuff.
Agreed.